attention, lawyer, judge, government agent, employee, police, common man, étoile. Any all who serve as a fictional legal name, titalité. Ici fait rien la legal world reality. Luciferian, the legal world reality. Commitatus, the legal world reality. Luciferian and legal. Luciferian and legal. Luciferian. Luciferia, legal world reality. Luciferia, legal world reality. Luciferia, the legal world Author's note, where the author is defined as anyone who uses these words as theirs where truth cannot be. Copyrighted, merely shared by agreement, and these words are theirs regardless of who wrote the words. Ab initio, where truth belongs to all, and consensual, where this writing is written in a language understandable to both those in and out of the legal name. Fraud profession, reality, where the common understanding of this fraud and crime against humanity and creation is visible both in layman's and legal terms, not to be confused by the intent of the reader, where the author's intentions are crystal clear. Legal word, world wranglers and twisters of hearings, where it is spelled out henceforth. Hearing with all potential of phonics deception, hereby and therefore removed ad infinitum. For example, a phonics deception is where one thing is, oh, by a non-BAR member, general public, where's what we're legal and lead affiliation only to be respelled differently by any, all members under assumption and presumption to corrupt the original intent of the one speaking versus spelling it out, and why a fraudulent by deliberate design legal name non-BAR member has no voice in the legal dead reality. In other words, one's words cannot be altered from the speaker's literal intent as to what they mean versus what the one hearing the spoken form of the words hears, and then corrupts them and their broken words by using alternative spellings under assumption of the same sound, homonyms with completely different definitions, using this spelling trickery to undo them and gain the honor advantage where no honor in them exists, and the non-bar member is rendered in a state of perpetual dishonor. Unknowingly I twist them, the non-bar member speaking, the on-bar member speaking, then one-bar member speaking, then one-bar member speaking for some cure of original intent to initiate and perpetrate, instigate fraud against them, to enable imaginary crime. in abetting a criminal act by forcing another into submission to its use, where this truth has been exposed and where it is illegal to use any. All Lebanese. A typical courtroom drama example, unwitting legal name deafened. I do not consent, I'm no wish to consent. Intended where the BAR member, aka judge, lawyer, cop, actor, or canon will assume, presume in full honor the words phonetically as to how they want to hear it, and has to respel that verbal A. Do not consent, where A means yes, affirmative and tacit agreement instantly. Do as in debt, tacit agreement not, as in tide and oil, tacit agreement to slavery, and con means both with a. C is Latin for himself, yourself, itself, which is the entire essence of the speaker involved. And int is a suffix meaning mind, etymologically in short, the ones perpetuating and profiting from this legal name. Fraud, deception, can hear whatever they choose to hear and can, will, in full honor, respell every word uttered at every hearing, because it wasn't spelled out by the speaker in writing, where it can be respelled by the BAR members. Criminal intentions to incriminate all innocent and guilty individuals equally, thus painting all humanity with the same criminal brush they've been painted with, and simply passing the buck to make a buck of sin, signed to another, rewriting by respelling the speaker's words against them to create the BAR member. Servant by oath, advantage every time, in every legal reality situation. This deception, ruse, criminal enterprise is over, where truth itself is all the vengeance one needs in a white flag state of truce.
Author's note, where the author is defined as anyone who uses these words as theirs, where truth cannot be copyrighted, merely shared by agreement, and these words are theirs, regardless of who wrote the words ab initio, where truth belongs to all inconsequential, where this writing is writing like reading, understandable to both those in and out of the legal name. Fraud profession, reality, where the common understanding of this fraud and crime against humanity and creation is visible both in layman's and legal terms, not to be confused by the intent of the reader, where the author's intentions are crystal clear. High legal word, world wranglers and twisters of hearings, where it is spelled out henceforth, herein with all potential of phonics deception, hereby and therefore removed ad infinitum. For example, a phonics deception is when thing is owed him by a non-BAR member, general public affiliation only to be respelled differently combination of the same sound, homonyms with completely different definition, using this spelling trickery to undo them and gain the on-odd advantage where no honor in them exists, and the non-bar member is rendered in a state of perpetual dishonor unknowingly. I twist them, the non-bar member speaking, then cry words spoken backwards around, opposes, negates, corrupts the speaker's original intent to initiate and perpetrate, instigate fraud against them, to enable imaginary crimes, to profit from statutary necessarily. I twist them, the non-bar member speaking their one things, yes, upwarded in a tacit agreement, instantly do as in debt tacit agreement, not as in tied and bond tacit agreement to slavery and con, means both with and but Groton say is Latin for himself itself, which is the entire essence of the speaker involved, and ends as a suffix meaning mind. Etymologically, in short, the ones perpetuating, profiting from this legal name, fraud, deception, can hear whatever they choose to hear and can, will, in full honor, respel every word uttered at every hearing, because it wasn't spelled out by the speaker in writing, where it can be respelled by the BAR members' criminal intentions to incriminate all innocent and guilty individuals, equally thus painting all humanity with the same criminal brush they've been painted with, and simply passing the buck to make a buck of sin, signed to another, rewriting by respelling the speaker's words against them to create the BAR member. Servant by oath advantage every time, in every legal reality situation. This deception, whose criminal enterprise is over, where truth itself is all the vengeance one needs in a white flag state of truce.